Welcome to Create Your Own Reality, a show about hope, inspiration, and encouragement. A program that will feature guests and topics that may inspire you to think about what is real and how you can create miracles in your life. Your host, Badeish Lange. Thank you for joining us on Create Your Own Reality. I'm your host, Badeish Lange, and my special guest is Dr. Horan Soule, a naturopathic physician and licensed acupuncturist with a private practice in Lake Oswego. She is an author and lectures throughout the country on natural medicine and topics and healthy lifestyle choices. Our topic today is the Get a Life diet. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lori.
Thank you, Badeish.
I'm so glad that you're back. You know, we did a wonderful show in the middle of the summer, and we had such an incredible reaction to that show in the Portland area, and also we placed it on YouTube, and it was amazing, the reactions that we got. So I'm so glad that you're back.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now, our first question, we're going to jump right in, is can you describe your medical practice?
I can. I work with people who are having health challenges to help them feel well. I love working with people who are overweight, who have endocrine problems, who have digestive problems, and have menopause complaints, and also people who suffer with fatigue for very many reasons.
Yes.
And I do a very comprehensive kind of treatment process that it could include medical nutrition, acupuncture, Chinese herbs, nutritional supplements. I do lab testing, I do physical exam, and we go where the patient needs it the most.
Absolutely.
And I specialize in diabetes and obesity.
Okay. In your opinion, what is the biggest crisis facing Americans today as far as diet is concerned?
Well, by an order of magnitude, I think that we have to admit that it's diabetes and obesity. They tend to be linked. Usually obesity comes first and diabetes comes later. But right now, 2/3 of our adult population is overweight and half of them are obese. And for the first time in history, where the life expectancy of our children is supposed to be less than that of their parents. And the predictions are that all children born after the year 2000, that maybe up to half of them, a third for sure, are predicted to become diabetic.
What do you think's going wrong in children's diets?
In children's diets, it's basically the wrong food. It's pretty terrible nutrition. That's what's available to them on their dinner table. It's convenience foods. It is basically terrible food. It's the wrong food for running this machine that is very intelligent, that knows how to run itself, but it needs the right fuel.
So isn't it true that we need to be educating parents as well as what's going on at school, what they're eating in the cafeteria?
Absolutely.
I think some of that's going on actually nationally. They've had some shows on that.
It is, and even in the Portland area, I understand there are school lunch programs that are taking locally grown organic produce, and they're serving real food, which is kind of uncommon and new.
I'm going to ask you a very serious question, and I'm hoping that the audience is going to be listening to this particular question because I think it's serious. What are the health issues that people face with diabetes and obesity?
That is a very serious question because it's where most of our healthcare dollar is going. You know, basically, when somebody's obese, they're likely going to be developing high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which is the beginnings of heart disease. So when you have heart disease, you become at much greater risk for strokes, for estrogen-dominant conditions, which invoke cancers of all kinds, and especially with diabetes. And with diabetes, it's cancers of the prostate, of the uterus, breasts, and gallbladder too. Gallbladder cancers, gallbladder issues of all kinds, and other kinds of irregularities that involve the endocrine system.
Why did you decide to specialize this in your practice?
Well, I have to admit, it's for myself personally to start with. I have a family history of diabetes and obesity, and I myself has struggled with my weight up and down for years. And I really found the whole concept of weight loss to be so mysterious. Like, how is it that, people can succeed in losing weight, but they only hold it for a little while? And of course, being in healthcare, this is a theme I see every day. It affects at least half of the people that I see as patients. So, I have a high value on wanting to treat as much as possible in the health arena without pharmaceuticals, if possible.
Right.
Sometimes they're necessary, and it's possible that we could treat a lot of what ails us with food. And I like seeing food as primary medicine. But, diets are just amazing to me because, 9 out of 10 dieters gain back what they lost and then some. And there's something here that's much more powerful at work than, calories in, calories out. And so, for myself and for everybody I see, I want to help to name and tame that mysterious element that seems to be more in control of our weight than our conscious mind. And were you going to say something?
Well, I was thinking that you are shifting the perception around diet because it's such a nasty word. Nobody wants to diet. But when you're teaching on the level that you're teaching about the lifestyle, adding, life foods, then it kind of changes that equation. You don't want to use the word diet.
Right. And I think it is. It's a 4-letter word. It makes most people contract.
Yes.
But yet it doesn't stop us all from trying at some point because we tend to feel better and we look better, and certainly we're healthier. And, I think what it is that life happens in a field.
Yes.
And we have all kinds of needs, and nutrition is just one of them. And all these needs are competing for our time. And so what we need to do is get very familiar with what these needs are so that, what we tend to pay attention to thrives, and what we don't pay attention to doesn't thrive.
Exactly.
And so we have these needs that involve things like sleep and fun and a creative process and community and unplugging to relax. And all of these things are as much a need of ours as is good nutrition.
You're right.
And this is why I've developed the Get a Life diet, because I want there to be correct nutrition. There's no getting around that. There has to be correct nutrition for us to be healthy and be able to work through obesity and diabetes and other health conditions that are related to that. You have to do correct nutrition, but you also have to meet your other basic needs.
Yes.
Or else they're going to pull the rug out from under you as soon as
Exactly.
you've met your goal weight. Because if food was what it was all about, we'd all be at our ideal body weights right now.
Exactly.
But if there's another reason that is driving you to eat, then that's the thing. I think that
The
tends
driver.
to sink the 9 out of 10 dieters.